Things that make Orange happy. Tempest shadows stage presence. Sometimes I want to talk about something I think about. Not good at essays yet, so I'll tread the trail with some short, simple stuff. Things where I can get my thoughts out and regret it in 2 years. The first thing on my mind right now is the My Little Pony movie from 2017. One character, sharp and proud. Welcome our first subject, Tempest's shadow. This doesn't really sound like a thesis statement.
Here's the deal, ladies. I need your magic. Give it up nicely, please, or we make it difficult. For everyone!
The overall word I came to describe her with, presence. What separates her on-screen presence from all the other characters?
Get there and fight! You saw the size of those goons. You seriously want to go back? So now what? We can't hide here forever.
Here's a short list of some observations I had, why Tempest has such an impact. And I'm going to poorly describe all of them. We'll go with her physical traits. Tight and muted eyes. Our first sign that she doesn't do anything frivolously. She only looks where she needs to. She doesn't keep those eyes open too wide. Darker than twilight purple coat. Few characters have a color this dark. That's because they're pastel ponies, of course. Intentionally darkening her coat is like, whoa, she's so different. Minimal gesturing. Ties into the same traits I've observed with her eyes. She won't move her hooves to, you know how we're like, oh, that over there. She won't do any of that if she deems it unnecessary, which she usually does.
When I get my princess. Until then, your fate is still up in the air.
Oh, you're gonna go in a skiff, which is a boat. Specifically, a airboat.
Notice when she's walking around or speaking to someone that she rarely turns her shoulders. It takes a lot of investment to be like, and I'm gonna look over to this side. But Tempest doesn't care that much, or she doesn't want it to look that way. And when she's speaking, she only gives moderate head tilts. When she's like talking to you, you can compare this to everybody else in the movie, or even just talking to someone in real life. Shocking. Last physical characteristic is that jawline! Yes! Look, I just admire the pony jaws, okay? I mean, look at my horse that I designed. Look at the boy!
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Yeah, I'm invested in the pony stuff, whatever. I decided to work a little bit harder and notice one characteristic that I haven't brought up yet. This is where the majority of my script actually is. Don't bully me. The ears. Ears can be manipulated by the character, just like their tails and their wings, anything they need. When I started paying attention to it after reviewing her footage 20 times in a row, Tempest's ears always stay pinned up. Compare this to some of the other characters when they talk or when something emotional happens, but hers are always alert and attentive. The intention to catch the sounds behind or beside her, the only times when they do move. But notice the only times that they fold over.
Trusting strangers? Big mistake. Big.
Huge!
This laugh as she enters Capper's house is probably the only genuine laugh that she gives through the film. This is a rookie mistake in her mind, trusting Capper. It's something that she finds amusing the others haven't learned yet. Something she reveals in her villain song. I can't decide if the following cut is a continuity error, or if her ears were down because of the unsolicited touching. I'm reading a little bit too much into this. Let's move on. And that's just one example. Or two. I don't care. Here's the next one. The last one here at the climax of the film, or actually the resolution. It's surprisingly not this moment at the end of the movie, when she decides to leave the friends that just saved the day. The moment she realizes all the hard work they put into helping each other will never be something that's lent to her. She spent all this time, and the Storm King never even fixed her horn. Which was like the only thing she wanted. Meanwhile, these other ponies just risked everything for their friend, and they got everything fixed in return. See, even this doesn't have enough emotional weight to bring her down, which would be signified by her ears folding over. After all, she's going to fall back on what she knows, fending for herself. But it's when saving the main six, that things change. This shot, I'm sure, is a continuity error. They bring her back in carbonated slab form, and her ears are pinned down. Point being, you can see them fold down when she thinks emotionally to save them. Because, they worked hard with it. I don't know. I'm garbage. We're going to move on. Oh yeah, that's every meaningful example. That was quite a moving on. There's the Storm King ruffling her mane, which doesn't mean anything. That's garbage. It's just an interesting detail that I decided to delve a little further into, but not overextend myself in the script. I didn't want to spend 3 days writing this thing, but I'm glad that I've done so. Tempest was never my favorite character of this generation. But she is a standout in this film, and her stage presence makes me happy. Oh boy, the reverberation in this. I'm so sorry. I wish I had my good mic on me. So somewhere I lost the poor thing. It's gone.